Hey, welcome back to A Song Between. Today we're talking about where is God's presence? Let's talk about it. Hey friends, welcome back. This is A Song Between, a ministry of New Valley Downtown, a church in Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Gray Ewing, the pastor of that church, and we've been going through Psalms 120 through 134, 3 weeks of focus on these Psalms while we can't gather together in worship. So we're nearing the end of our journey together, just a couple more days, and we will see what we want to do after that. More news on that later. But stay tuned with us. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and you'll get some notifications about when these videos come out. Today we're looking at Psalm 132, and we're asking the question, how do we find the presence of God? Where does God live? Where does he dwell? Where can we find him? And so with those questions kind of priming the pump, let's spend just a minute in silence and prepare to hear this word from the Lord from Psalm 132. Let's be quiet before him. Psalm 132, a Song of Ascents. Remember, O Lord, in David's favor, all the hardships he endured, how he swore to the Lord and vowed to the mighty one of Jacob. I will not enter my house or get into my bed. I will not give sleep to my eyes or slumber to my eyelids until I find a place for the Lord, a dwelling place for the mighty one of Jacob. Behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We found it in the fields of Jaar. Let us go to his dwelling place. Let us worship at his footstool. Arise, O Lord, and go to your resting place, you and the ark of your might. Let your priests be clothed with righteousness, and let your saints shout for joy. For the sake of your servant David, do not turn away the face of your anointed one. The Lord swore to David a sure oath, from which he will not turn back. One of the sons of your body I will set on your throne, if your sons keep my covenant and my testimonies that I shall teach them. Their sons also forever shall sit on your throne. For the Lord has chosen Zion, he has desired it for his dwelling place. This is my resting place forever. Here I will dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provisions. I will satisfy her poor with bread. Her priests I will clothe with salvation, and her saints will shout for joy. There I will make a horn to sprout for David. I have prepared a lamp for my anointed. His enemies I will clothe with shame, but on him his crown will shine. Psalm 132 is about where the dwelling place of God is. In this psalm, it's often called the resting place. Where is God going to rest? Where does he dwell? During this season, even as we've had the coronavirus, maybe you've heard the question asked, where is God in all of this? Where is he located? Is he in a position of power and authority? Is he in a place where I can access him? Where is the dwelling place of God is actually a real human and live question for many of us. Where is he? The psalmist answers by giving us this psalm about the dwelling place of God. And it's interesting from his perspective, the psalmist's perspective, he gives the past answer, the present answer, and the future as it relates to where God is. And so we have to look at that, and then we say, what is our past, what is our present, and what is our future? Where is God in all of those things? And so first, the psalmist says that he remembers that the dwelling place of God is in the past. He remembers back to David's promise to build the house of the Lord, and they had this Ark of the Covenant. He says, behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We found it in the fields of Jaar. What is the it there? What they found, what they heard of was the Ark of the Covenant. This is where God's dwelling place was. It was found in a field. They discovered again the presence of God, and David said, I'm going to build a house for you. Now, of course, David wasn't the one who built it. It was his son Solomon, but they built this great temple. And so then the psalm was written actually later during this temple period. And so then he moves to the present, the psalmist does. And he says, now arise, O Lord, verse 8, and go to your resting place, you in the ark of your might. Let your priests be clothed with righteousness. So he's talking about the present moment. He's saying, I remember, Lord, when you were just with the ark of the covenant. And that was the only representative we had of your dwelling place. But now the ark of the covenant has been brought into the temple. So I call on you, I pray to you, Lord, arise, be in your dwelling place, be for us this righteous presence. But then the psalmist says he has hope for the future. The Lord swore to David, this is verse 11, a sure oath from which he will not turn back. One of the sons of your body I will set on your throne. And then later he says, I will make a horn to sprout for David. I have prepared a lamp for my anointed. He says that this throne will be his resting place, verse 14, forever. And so the psalmist envisions a future king of David who will sit on the throne forever. So you see he has past Ark of the Covenant, present temple, but future there's going to be a king of David forever. Now, as we zoom into our time right now and how we faithfully read the psalm as Christians, basically our past, our present, and our future is all found in Jesus Christ. He is the place of God's dwelling. And so while the past psalmist had the Ark of the Covenant and the temple and the future son of David, all three of those things have become our past. We look back and we see there was God's faithfulness in the Ark of the Covenant, and there was God's faithfulness in the tabernacle, and then a temple, and then we see God's faithfulness. He has put Jesus Christ on the throne forever. And so how do we access the presence of God now in the present? We look at our past and we see what Jesus has done for us on the cross, securing that relationship with God. And what he did there was he united us with himself. And now this temple that was destroyed in 3 days and then raised up, as he says in the Gospels, this temple is now the dwelling place of God. And it lives within us, and we live within it. We are united with Christ, he in us, and we in him. And so we, at any moment, can say, arise, O Lord, and be in this dwelling place. Be within me, because now we are the dwelling place of God. We are the stones of the temple that make up this beautiful structure called his presence. And yet, it is also true that we have a future. It's a future that the psalmist probably couldn't have envisioned like we can. It's the future where we are with God in his dwelling place. The heavens and the earth become one, and there is only one dwelling place of God. The whole renewed earth is his temple. And we look forward to that day. So we can ask now, where is God in all of this? And we can look and see in the present moment, he lives within us, and we live within him. Our lives are hidden with Christ and God, but we long for the day when we will have instant access to his presence forever.